us start with a very basic discussion. So guys, suppose that there is a bond, right? A bond is simple, instrument like this, where, for example, suppose the face value of the bond is 1000 rupees, interest rate 10%, and tenure 1 year. Now imagine that you have bought a bond by giving 1000 rupees to me, and I have sold you this bond. Now this is year 2023, and I made a promise to you that next year I will return your 1000 rupee, which is the face value, plus I will also give you 10% interest. So 1000 plus 10% is 100, 1100 rupees. So this is the money I will return to you. But mind you, when we issued the bond, so I issued the bond for you, I told you by writing it on this piece of paper that the tenure of this bond is 1 year, tenure is fixed. Now, these are the normal type of bonds, right? But there is a different type of bond also, whereby face value is mentioned, interest rate is mentioned, but tenure is not mentioned. So what are these open-ended bonds and what is so special? Who issues them? Let us see. So guys, there is a category of bond called as perpetual bond, and it is also called as consol bond. What are perpetual bonds? So imagine that you are a big investor, right? You are like Mr. Ratan Tata, Mr. Narayan Murthy, Mr. Bill Gates, right? You are a very big investor, or you are some company, which means that there is no problem related to fund with you. You have huge amount of capital with you. So when we have huge amount of capital, what do? We invest that capital in different places. So suppose you are a very big investor. So what would you do? You would come to me. I am a company, for example. Let's say that you know me, and you came to me and you said that you want to make an investment in my company. So what will I do? You are Mr. Ratan Tata or Mr. Murthy, Mr. Narayan Murthy, and you have come to me to invest. So I will give you a bond. So for example, suppose the bond price or the face value is 1000 rupees. So you gave 1000 rupees to me, I gave you a bond. Then I told you that Mr. Murthy or Mr. Tata, this is a very special kind of bond where there is no maturity period. But I am going to give you 15% interest income, 15% return every year. So since the price of this bond is, face value is 1000 rupees, and in our case we are taking face value and bond price to be same. So 1000 rupees is the face value, 15% is the returns. So 150 rupees will be given by me to Mr. Ratan Tata, Mr. Narayan Murthy, whosoever is investing every year, 150, 150, 150, 150, and it goes on. Years are also going and interest is also going. Now you will see that if 150 rupees is being given every year, now let's do something interesting. Suppose 10 years have gone. 10 years have gone, for example. So in 10 years, how much interest rate will be collected? Let us do a very simple calculation without doing the compounding, etc. Very simple calculation. So 150 rupees into 10 years is equal to 1500 rupees. So in 10 years, Mr. Ratan Tata or Mr. Narayan Murthy, just through rate of interest, they are going to get 1500 rupees. And what was the price of the bond? 1000 rupees. Which means if they look at their bank account after 10 years, they will see that from this bond they have already earned 1500 rupees. Which means the returns have already surpassed the principal. And they have given 1000 rupees to me. I have already given you 1500. And this will continue now, for 100 years, because there is no time period. Since there is no maturity, there is no end. Till I exist, I will keep on giving you money. Right? These type of bonds are called perpetual bonds or consol. Let us go a little deeper, technically little deeper. Now, what are some of the features of such bonds? So we can clearly see that it's a debt obligation, which means I have issued it. So it's a debt for me. I have to return it. It's a debt obligation. But let us look at some interesting features. It's not redeemable, which means issuer has no obligation to return the principal. Which means if I am the issuer, I gave the bond to Mr. Ratan Tata and Mr. Narayan Murthy. If I want, I can simply refuse and say that I will never return your principal. So if Mr. Ratan Tata and Mr. Narayan Murthy gave me 1000 rupees and I am giving them 150 rupees interest every year, Now, if Mr. Ratan Tata and Mr. Narayan Modi would come to me and say that, hey, please take back your bond and return our principal, I can refuse. I can say that no, there is no provision like this in perpetual bond where it is compulsory for me to return your principal. Yes, I will give you interest, but it is not compulsory to return your principal. So suppose guys, I sold you a bond and you return that bond to me after the fixed time period. That is called redeeming of the bond. So under perpetual bond, redeeming is not a compulsion on the issuer of the bond. Which means if I am issuing the bond, it is not compulsory for me to redeem it, which means to take my bond back. It is not compulsory. Similarly,